Yo, $200 to $5,200 in only 13 days. Yes, possible. I did it. I want to show you exactly how I did it. But first, let me show you the journey. Let's get it. Now, I want to do a compound plan from $200 and try to grow that all the way up. You know what I'm saying? So day number one on my $200 account smacked. $50 loss. I'm changing the time on my live calls to 7 because that's New York session. At 6 o'clock, too freaking slow, bruh. All right, y'all. So day two, $100 profit. All right, day two, $100 profit. 8 in the morning. Done. You feel me? Hey, $327 this morning. Hey, we did a little Friday bop. You know what I'm talking about? But missed these two and got all the rest of them. So we made about, hold on now, $40 on the call. Yo, Instagram. So today was a good day. Day 4, look. Boom. $152, 7 trades on a small account. The account is now at $669. We only lost 1 trade today. Today was a good day. $567. Account is now at $1,000 from $200. Yo, day 6, I'm up $492. The account is now at $1,800 from $200, man. Look, I told y'all. Learn the skill set, it'll change your life. Not too much, man. Little Saturday joint. Little Saturday joint, you gotta get it in. Hey, 2,000, let's go. You can see right after the call, I just, decided to hop in a little 40 piece. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me, boy. God is good, man. We got 14 seconds till news hit. So let's see what happens. 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah, we way up there. Sheesh. Got all that. Dang, that was crazy. What happened here? Hey, money bags. Hey, more entries before the next news, but I'm good on next news. We just gonna take these. Let's go. All right, today's results, $571 today. Account is now at $4,000 from $200, man. Anything is possible, man. Let's get it. Yo, $700 today, 32 trades, boy, another one of them days. Yo, Instagram and YouTube, yo, check. So, your boy's account right now is at $5,200 from $200, all right? Today, I have made $415. I decided, since my compound plan, as y'all can see here, today is the 26th, so it say I'm supposed to be right here, but I'm way further than that, so I decided to withdraw and pay myself because I think that's the best thing to do. You know what I'm saying? So right now, y'all gonna do this withdrawal with your boy. Let's get it. To the withdrawal screen. All right. So I need to withdraw $4,005. Put me where I need to be. Put of course, my Bitcoin address in. Continue. And boom. We are now at 1230 where I'm supposed to be, as you can see, right here on the compound plan. You did. God is good. All right, YouTube. So now that we got that out the way, I've officially withdrawn. And now I want to walk you guys through. Hey, how we able to just keep doing this over and over and over again? Big blessings, man. One of the things that has helped me, y'all, in this whole situation was, again, I told you, going straight to regular pairs. Like I said, nothing really against OTC, man. Like I had great runs with OTC. But when I switched to just doing mainly all regular pairs, regular Forex pairs without OTC, game changer. You know what I'm saying? Some of the benefits of it, again, like I said, you're not going to get manipulation. You get to trade news. You don't have to worry about, the market coming back to your entries at the last second. And even if it does, at least you know that it wasn't being manipulated, man. That's like one of the main things was the whole manipulation thing behind it. Now, one thing that, they do on pocket options, like I said, they'll take some of the percentages away and stuff like that. But that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, like everything goes smooth. The market does exactly what it's supposed to do. It sticks to market structure. And that's what I've been liking. All right. What's helping me is marking on my zones. So y'all gonna do that with your boy right now. All right. So I go to this pair right here. We go straight to the H1. Lately, I kind of been doing on the H4 just because the the rectangle boxes stay on a little longer. So I'm just gonna go to the H4. All right, so boom. I give me a rectangle box, my peaks, right? This is where I'm at. Anytime on the zigzag, you got a peak, right? Any of these little peaks right here, these are all of your zones right here, right? These are your major zones, and it's on the H4. So we mark those up first, right? We hit them here. I like to stretch mine out like that. I duplicate. And since this is the H4, I kind of do it right under the candle as well, because that's going to cover a lot of zones as well. You can do it right under the candle. Sometimes I don't have to worry about all this over here, you know, because it's so far back. So I'll do the top of this candle right here, because that's going to act. It's a whole lot of information going on in then one candle. So you could do that. And then what you also want to do is just mark areas that, like this. You see how you got multiple touches in the same area? That's a strong zone. How you got this that came down, stopped here, and then went up. I mean, it stopped somewhere. So it's a zone in here. So you can mark all that kind of stuff up. So I usually mark all my stuff up. All right, then from here, let's say I go to the M15, right? Now this is what it looks like on the M15. So on the M15, if you see anything that looks remotely close to a zone like this, we stopped here, turned around. You know, all this is kind of given zone, right? Even in here, we got this that stopped here and went and turned around. So that's another zone. So then I go and mark those up, and I change the color to like a pinkish purple. Boom. All right, now M1. Now on the M1, look how beautiful that is, right? Now I can see all the plays. I can see where we at now. I can see the bounces that we're gonna potentially hit, the major bounces, which is here. And then if I want to, I can even go M1 and start marking up zones here. Now, where are the zones in the M1? Again, at the point, every point you see is a zone. All these points, right? They're all zones. So I can mark up there, and I change these colors to white. Now, again, I'm not worried about the chart being messy and none of that. I'm trying to make profit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, whatever it takes to get to my profit, for me to see it how I need to see it, that's what I'm doing. All right. So mark that up. And if you want to, you can continue to go, but if not, cool. Because a lot of people just like the major zones they can see, and they can pretty much go from here. All right, so after this, right now, the market is in consolidation, meaning it's kind of just moving sideways. It's like in this little channel like this. It's not really making no big moves how it was doing over here, right? So with that, you can kind of wait for a nice breakout. But one thing I want to tell y'all, okay, is without any of these zones, without any of this stuff, let me just go to a pair and remove everything, right? Without any of this stuff on here. Right? Even if you just had it like this, right? Look at the middle of this Keltner channel, your most powerful stuff. The middle of this Keltner channel, powerful, 20 moving average. This 200, right? These two are your key factors. Your third key factor is this, stochastic, right? You can start to visually see zones without even having to mark them up. So some people don't like to mark up a lot of stuff, but I can visually see all the zones without even marking it up. I just do it for my own, you know, my own reference. But these three right here is your keys. You add this as a fourth, right, with the signals, and you golden. All right. So rule of thumb, what do we want to do? We want to make sure we trade with the trend. All right, I say it every video, right? Trade with the trend. And if you're a little more experienced and you want to counter trend trade, go against the trend, then you could do that because you know what you're doing. But new people trade with the trend. Which way is this trend going right now? Down. It's a downtrend, right? No matter how many ups we got in here, we still haven't passed this 200, so we're still considered a downtrend. Okay, so this type of market right here is what I call a choppy market. Why? Because if you look at these candles, they're going from the bottom through the middle of the Keltner to the top, from the top to the middle to the bottom. It's just going back and forth. It's not really consistent. So some markets like this, we may want to stay away from. You got to be able to identify that early, okay? You may go to a market and it's just a beautiful trend. This is another choppy market. Which, again, if you're more experienced, you'll be able to read that. But somebody who's new, you might not be able to see that good. A lot of these are kind of choppy because of news, right? I'm trying to find something that's kind of clear enough for you to be able to visually see. I may even have to go to like an OTC pair to explain because they ain't got news. And news just recently hit, so the market kind of out of whack on this Friday. So let me go to an OTC pair and see if I can find one that's decent enough on the trending side. Bingo. Okay. So this right here is what you want. Look at this. Look at this whole situation here, right? And then look at this whole situation here. These are the trends that you want, okay? Beautiful trends, right? So let me point out a few things on this particular thing right here, right? And I'm only doing this, explaining this on OTC because now when you in the trades on OTC, they don't even be playing out like this. They like to play with your money sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So, but look at this, boom. All right, so we up here at the top of the Keltner, right? We drop below the middle. All right, so the middle of the Keltner, powerful. Whenever we go under the middle, all right, and we stay under the middle, as soon as we got this retest, right, we hopping in that thing. We got a retest off the middle. All right, sell off, right? Anytime we start to get a retest and they don't pass the middle here, sell off again. These are the kind of trades that you want to get. You see how it's not choppy like this, in and out the middle and out. When it's like this, these are the perfect ideal setups, right? If you trade setups like this, you're more than likely to make a lot more profit than just trading any kind of market, right? Now, again, on the choppy market, support and resistance will play a key. So your zones will play a key because you can see exactly where it's going to get those bounces and you know when to get in. Market like this, simple. Trade the pullback. We pull back, we reject, and we don't cross this 20, well, hopping on the sell. Right? Any little pullback. And this is where a lot of people get caught up at. Because if you're going against the middle of this Keltner, if you're going against it, see what happens, right? Let's say you hopped in, you might have got one. You did a 1 minute, 2 minute trade, you got it. Boom. Market came down, start pulling back a little bit. You hopped in on another 2 minute trade, and no sir. You hopped in on another 2 minute trade, this second candle took you out. Then went up again, then dropped again. Then gave you only one green candle. So when you're going against it, you only got one green candle here, one green candle here, one green candle here. So you're getting cooked the whole time because you keep going against. Right? Versus waiting on that pullback and then hopping in on the sell. You see what I'm saying? So this is why a lot of people get cooked because they're starting to go against it. Now notice this here. This is another ideal setup. Why is this one over here ideal? First off, we got candles that crossed above this 200 and they crossed above the 20. Right? We crossed above the 20. The best entry would have been about right in here. Why? Because these two candles is rejection. This candle and this red candle. These are rejection candles, right? So once we start breaking out of rejection on this candle, we can hop in. We passed above these two, we hop in, boom, ride it up. Now, when do we get in again if we want to look at it again? When it pulled back. It pulled back. And it didn't even come down to the middle of the Keltner, or it didn't come down here. We pull back, we hopping again. We pull back, we hopping again. Right? We reached the top. The stochastic now got high. A couple things we're gonna look for is to make sure the signals line up. If all the signals are saying sell, this is high, then we know we got at least a good 2 to 3 minute candle, and we can hop in for a sell if we want to go against. But as long as this right here doesn't, if these candles don't pass the middle of this, it's going right back up. If they peak below here and then close back above it, right? If these candles peak below it, but then close back above the middle of the Keltner, then we know it's going back up. All right? And then we got into this side. Like I said, when it finally crossed below, closed below, and then start coming down. So now that we start doing that, we wait on that pullback, and we wait to see if it crossed above the middle. If it didn't, we selling off. Boom. Right? And then these are the ideal setups that I'm talking about. Right? So if you wait on those and you kind of identify the markets that you like trading in, some people don't like trading in the choppy market. Since we've been on here, look at what happened. It did the exact same thing over here. Right where price is at, retest, came down, came up, peaked above the Keltner channel just a little bit, dropped right back below and sold off. Boom. Perfect market. Notice how the top of this Keltner channel is empty for the most part. We got a couple of wicks here, a couple of candles here, but for the most part, it's empty. Pay attention to that kind of stuff when you trading. Notice how on this side right here, notice how this top half, empty. Pay attention to that kind of stuff. When you start seeing that a lot, where the candles don't come up here, it's just telling you what it's gonna do. Reject, come down. Reject, come down. You gotta pay attention to that kind of stuff. You see the difference in the choppiness of the market? So if I click here, it's not really consistent. It's choppy. So now you don't really know what it's about to do. Your only hope is to have support and resistance and having those zones up, right? This is your hope right here for these kind of trades. Right, we expecting a bounce here or here, kind of how we did before, to drop. We're expecting bounces in here. So you got to really mark them zones up. I mean, now you see why, like, I really mark my zones up, because sometimes you might have a lot of choppy markets and you got to still know how to kind of weed through them. This one again was choppy. It's starting to come out of it. Right, it's starting to come out of it. How do I know? We broke above the middle of the Keltner. And we did what? Came up and retested and did not break under here again. Retested, start going back up. I'm gonna hop in. Came back, did it again. Retested, broke below a little bit. So since that happened, we wait till what? We close back above here, and then we can start trading back up. Then this one retested, and now we're expecting to make a new high. Potentially. But we still gotta make it past this 200. But that's kind of how you can, start trading the market. So the more you do it, the better you get at it. You can grow any account, I assure you. You can grow any size account that you want. Now notice this trade right here. All right. So this one came up, retested, perfect entry for a buy. Came up, came back, broke through the 20. So now you got a couple different things you can rely on this particular pair. Number one, we're in a uptrend. Why? Because the candles are above the 200. So even if it is pulling back, we know, okay, it's still an uptrend, so we know we can still go up. It did break through, so now I got to go find the nearest zone, which is all these wicks in here. You see all these wicks? I got to mark that up. So let's say I mark that up, which is this line here. And I say, okay, well, if we break through this line, I'm not even going to place no trades. But if we come close to this line and start going up either before here or close to here, then I'll buy back in, right? So it stopped here, didn't quite get down here to this zone, and it started going back up, hop back in, cross right back above, now you're back in the game. But use these to your advantage. Use all of these tools to your advantage, right? You could still have a hard pullback in an uptrend, but as long as it don't look like this one. You see how all these candles right here was above the 20 and the 200, they went above, but then it just took a dip. Retested here, stopped here, and then went right back through it. Whoops, went right back through and just dropped. Went right back through it. Boom, dropped all the way down, even below the 200. So we gotta wait now. You know what I'm saying? Some of those trades you gotta say, okay, I'm not getting in there. It don't look right. Some gonna look perfect, some gonna look kind of like, eh. Another thing you can look for, whenever candles is getting close to the zigzag, right? So sometimes you may have, let's say you got a zigzag this way, right? Then you got to pull back. So now this is the point of this zigzag. But let's say the candles start coming back down again and they start getting close to the zigzag again. Let's say they get real close, but it ain't quite connected. When they come all the way back down to the zigzag, around 80 to 85% of the time, it's going to end up pushing through, connecting to the zigzag again to form a new zigzag, and then pushing down some more, right? But at this point, before then, at this point, you know you can hop in for at least a 1 to 2 minute sale, because we're already super close to the zigzag. It look like we want to connect and push through. You can always do that. You know what I'm saying? I do that a lot, and I did that a lot when I was doing on OTC. I was doing like 5-second trades right before it connected. So right before it connected, I'll do 5-10 second trades, Sometimes they'll manipulate it, sometimes they don't. Now, sometimes it may come right down to where the entry is right here, and it might decide to bounce and go back up. So that is the case sometimes too. So sometimes it don't connect, sometimes it get real close to connecting, and they'll fake you out, and then they'll just shoot up from there. So that happens too. You know what I'm saying? But these are all different things you can look for in these markets. But again, the main thing, that trend, y'all, that trend is gonna be your friend. Always, right? You should be able to look at any market. This market right here, would you trade this? Probably not. It's super choppy. I'm trying to find a regular pair that's not that choppy, but it probably won't be like that because, like I said, news kind of affected the market today. News kind of made the market go a little wild, but there's a 1,000,001. That one kind of decent. I could see it. Yeah, most of these are all out of whack, y'all, right now. So you would have to mainly go back and back test when it was moving how it was supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Like right here, beautiful trend. Oh, Lord. Look at this trend, y'all. Damn, I just zoomed in too close. Hold on. All right, yo, so this trend went for a long time. We crossed above this 200, and we was above the middle of the Keltner. Now look at the bottom of this Keltner channel that I'm about to draw this line. Right? Very few times did you get candles that came through here. This is what you want. When you got trades like this, y'all, very few times did they even come down here for a long time. You got stuff like that, oh, that's golden. What does that mean? Every time we retest close to the middle of the Keltner, buy. Retest, didn't even come down here, start going up again, buy another few minute trades. Came down, retested, we wait. Now, again, right here, you don't really have to wait to buy in. You don't gotta wait till it crosses back above. Why? Because we're still above the 200. As long as we don't start coming through here and then through here, you're still good. So you might, that's when the 4 entry rule kicks in on this kind of stuff. You might place a trade here and it don't go, come down a little bit more, place another trade. Let's say that didn't go, the third one, boom. Right, third one, 2-3 minute trade, and we up. Came back, did the same thing again. You wait, hopping again, boom. And then it got to the point where it just kept sticking. Boom, right here. Retest, another buy, retest, another buy. Came up, retest, another buy, retest right off of the middle, another buy. I mean, you see all the buy opportunities you got? These are the trending markets that you look for and that you should love. Absolutely love. All this space in here too, between these two. Oh man, that's good. You see what I'm saying? So identifying stuff like that, y'all, is a win. Now you can kind of see how the market look now, though. Look crazy, don't it? Compared to what I just showed you. These are the type of markets where you gotta have your zones, right? Zone here, zone here, zone here, zone here. We zoned out now. Now that's why I gotta put zones up, because I gotta see, okay, where's all the bounces at? So I know when it get here, we got a potential bounce up because we still above the 200. So as long as we're not crossing below here, I know we're gonna go up at some point. I can 4 entry rule from this zone. If I miss that zone, I'm gonna 4 entry rule from this zone below it, because we're gonna get a bounce somewhere. Usually what happens to the left happens to the right. Always remember that, y'all. Okay, so that's my spiel for today, y'all. That's how I'm been able to grow these accounts, y'all. Just utilizing everything that I got on my screen to my advantage, being patient, not rushing the markets. And if the market is ugly, just calling it a day, you know, calling it and saying, you know what, I'm gonna come back later to see if it pick up at a better time. I stopped trading like at 6 in the morning, start trading right at New York session, 7 in the morning when the market's kind of moving better. Stuff like that, little tweaks like that, man, and just not trying to over trade. I did go risky on my account, not gonna lie. I did bet the account like a couple times, the whole account a couple times in the early stages just to get my account up, because I don't really like trading with small amounts. So when I get to like 1,000, I can kind of like really get to where I need to get to. But just trading with a few hundred, it was kind of tough. So I had to make sure them entries was on point. Stuff like that, man. But all in all, it's possible. There's really no excuses why you can't do it, man. You just got to do it. You know what I'm saying? I've been at this thing for like 11 years, y'all. So everything you see me and how I make it look easy has been years of practice, y'all. So don't ever look at me and be like, oh, man, I can't do it and all that. You can do it. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to take a little time. That's it. Take time. Over time, you'll be a beast and you'll be able to do whatever you want to do in these markets and live how you want to live. And it's going to be a blessing. Just stick to it. I love y'all, and I'll holler at y'all in another video. Let's go.